Welcome back to my YouTube channel, guys. It's 2025 officially, and I'm back from a long holiday. I know it took me a while to get back on track, but I'm here. I had a great time with my friends. I spent as much time with my family as I could have spent this time with them, and now we're filming. We're doing some podcasts next week, by the way, and we're doing some shorts. So yeah, let's start this year with a banger. Maybe not a banger. So I'm going to be showing, I'm going to be testing, I'm going to be reviewing some makeup hacks of 2024, and I'm going to be sharing my opinion if I like it or if I hate it, and which of these hacks were really good and which were not really good. So let's jump right into the video. Do not mind my nails. I will redo them a little bit later, but for now, let's dive into the video. I'm going to be trying out so many different makeup hacks. Not all of those hacks were viral, but most of them were. And we're going to see how the overall look is going to turn out. And I'm going to get started with my regular routine. I'm going to real quick do hydration off camera, like toner, a little bit of Nivea aftershave lotion, of course, sun cream, Korean brand. Well, guys, I feel super hydrated, and we're going to get started not with one, but two hacks in one. I'm gonna go ahead and apply a little bit of Vaseline underneath my eyes. This is gonna be my hack number 2, the one with concealer, because I feel it's gonna be really hard to apply any Vaseline on top of foundation. Now I'm gonna be doing this underneath my eye. I don't trust Vaseline, and I'm gonna tell you the story why. But for now, let's just do this preparation step, and then we're gonna be going to the first hack. Okay, real quick, I know that Hailey Bieber used stick foundation. The one that I have is from Wet n Wild. This is soft ivory. It's a little bit dark for my complexion, but I'm not going anywhere, so we're going to be going with this probably stick foundation. And on top of that, my Catrice HD liquid coverage foundation, Nivea aftershave lotion. I don't really have road products from Hailey Bieber, but I guess it's going to work with any moisturizing products on top, and it's really similar formula. Even the color is super similar. The second makeup hack that I found from a little bit different vlogger, she was doing some foundation on top of the surface, again on the back of the hand, and then she was using a dense foundation brush and lightly tapping the product on, not rubbing, not placing this with the streaks. It's just a little bit of tapping, and that's why she was preventing from a lot of the coverage, a lot of the product, though Hailey was doing like swiping motions. I don't really know. We're gonna combine both of these hacks and then we'll see. Almost out of foundation. That is a good sign. A couple of drops, or just one medium drop, 3 different products. I'm gonna mix them with my finger. This is foundation brush. A few times when I have somewhere like that, I'm going on top of my face. I was afraid of separation or any other problems. I try to avoid my under eye area. It does look nice, though I feel like my nose area is too crazy. And from the hack number 2, again, foundation hack, after you're done with your foundation and your brush, go over with some sponge and beauty blender, whatever you have. Let's go with a little bit different trick. The one that I have is a contour hack. This is going to be my 3rd hack, and we're still going to be going to my concealers, but a little bit later. That was super popular in 2024 when you try to find the space where your teeth starts, like poking this part, I guess somewhere here, and then you would apply your contour, and then with a brush, try to blend this out. Honestly, I don't know what I feel about this makeup hack. For now, it does look sculptured a little bit, contoured maybe, but I don't know if I would keep it this way. Now I'm going to be going with my Sephora concealer as well as this L.A.Girl Pro concealer. I love L.A.Girl for the under eye area. We're going to add some of the color on top, and most of the time I would blend this out with my finger. But let's blend out this area with a brush. I'm gonna let it sit for a little bit because we have still some Vaseline underneath, and well, it's strong. It's still there. I feel it. But I will use my Sephora concealer for this part of the face over my forehead. For the nose, I don't really do a lot of contour. Gonna be later, and then I'm gonna clean a little bit this. Actually, it does look good. I mean, the placement does look good. Let's use a little bit different brush. This one is from Beauty Bay brush set, and I'm lightly blending out. And at first I'm going to do just a little bit of powder. This is e.l.f. HD powder. to lightly set the rest of the face. Now we're finally moving to the hack number 4. This is going to be purple powder underneath eyes. It went super viral with the Huda Beauty powder. Honestly, looking back at some of the videos, I'm not a huge fan of this bright purple color. Especially, I know whenever you see some makeup looks and it feels like it is purple, then in real life it's going to be super purple. It's going to be extremely purple because the lighting is actually toning down the real shades. So if you don't really see like it look a little bit orangey, then it's because of the lighting in my camera. But whenever I'm out and I'm just talking to people at a daylight, honestly it does feel like I have orangey foundation. As well as other colors, they're going to be a little bit toned down whenever you're looking on camera and filming something on camera. But you know, we're gonna be testing the hack and seeing the result. I actually purchased some makeup puffs. Those are just some no-name puffs. Honestly, I feel like this is super dewy, though I set my face a little bit with the powder. I don't know. Let's just real quick talk about Vaseline. The trick that I saw from Jaclyn Hill and maybe some other doctors that were saying about this, that you need to apply a little bit of Vaseline on the back of the hand and then spritz it with a favorite perfume. This way it's gonna stay all day long and it's gonna be amazing. Okay, I told my parents about this trick and we purchased Vaseline to test out this hack, and then I applied. Honestly, this was so weird, and that wasn't only my opinion, but my parents said the same thing, absolutely the same thing. They said that at first the smell was a little bit different. When you apply this on top of Vaseline, the smell changed. You know, the fragrance changed, and that was completely different. You're gonna first of all wipe it off with the piece of your cloth, because Vaseline is actually liquid and it stays as a thin layer on top of your skin, and whenever you're just like doing anything, you can wipe it off with your clothes or with anything else, so it's not going to stay as long as you want this to stay. And when I wasn't wearing anything on top, I was just in my t-shirt testing out the product, still the smell actually evaporated and the fragrance wasn't even there, much quicker than I expected and much faster than if I had no Vaseline on top. So for fragrances, that didn't work for me. That didn't work for my parents. That didn't work for me. And just like test it yourself. Maybe it's going to work for you guys, but for me, Vaseline and fragrances, they do not work. And I will not recommend this technique. I can tell I'm going to be hating this hack. So that is how much I have. And I will just transfer this on top of my surface. Okay, and I'm gonna need a little bit of the powder. Okay, so let's mix this together. Nothing crazy, but I guess it's pretty crazy for me to use this shade underneath my eyes. And with this makeup puff, the one from No Name, that's what we have, guys. That is what I have. And I'm gonna just dab it on the back of the hand a little bit to take off any excess of the product. And okay, I guess I officially ruined my makeup. Oh my god, it stains. I'm not gonna apply this all over my face. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna try to wipe it off as much as possible. I don't know, maybe with the Huda Beauty, the pigment is different, but I saw a lot of YouTubers using just some, you know, eyeshadows and mixing this with their powders. And I'm gonna be going on top with the white powder, you know, just in case. And for the rest of the face, I'm just going to be doing some bacon because we're going to be doing some other trick later on and a little bit different hack later on. To be honest, I'm not a huge fan of bacon, but I promise this one is going to be interesting. I'm going to wipe off this under eye area. I don't want to bake it any longer. I don't want to do this. I am panicking. I'm literally panicking. It doesn't take off. Okay, maybe I need a little bit of white powder to wipe it off. What is this? Okay, let's move on with some other hacks. Real quick, I'm gonna do my contour technique off camera with Sculptor. It has become sort of viral, or at least super popular. when you grab some blush and an angled brush, honestly, I've been using my angled brush for ages. That is not a hack for me, but you grab a couple of maybe blushes. That much is pretty much okay. You can tap it off in the back of the hand if it's too much. And then what you do, you grab your fingers, 2 fingers from your nose, and you will place it right here and just bring on top. But with this purple, I don't really think you're gonna see anything. And this way, you're gonna end up with a lifted blush on top. You can do, they said, like an owl, so it's gonna be a little bit more round shape, or you can do some other tricks, but I guess it works for me if I just start from this part and don't bring this higher or anywhere else. Honestly, I just know my shape and I try to avoid maybe this part whenever I apply my blush, but this is super handy if you don't really know where to start your blush and where to finish. It's basically the best solution for you guys to start somewhere here. And we're implementing this blush in my purple madness. It's so funny that I try to dab this in the back of the hand as if I care if it's too much. I'm still praying that my fix and spray and a little bit of beauty blender on top will probably fix the problem. I don't know. I'm losing my faith. I'm losing this. And we're gonna just spritz the face with a fix and spray. Not a huge fan of this fix and spray, but maybe this one is gonna just like ruin everything for good. So I'm gonna just spritz my face and I will not touch the spot where I have a lot of powder. So I'm not gonna just wipe off any of the bacon, except for the under eye area. I hope I can wipe off this bacon. And on top, I'm gonna be going with my beauty blender only underneath my eyes, but I will not touch this area at all. And we're just gonna wait how it dries out. I'm going with my beauty blender and hoping for the best. Let me add a little bit of the same powder, the white, while my foundation is a little bit wet from the fix and spray. So I did have camera brows, so I'm gonna wipe off any leftovers from the powder. Let's do another small coat of the fix and spray in this area and maybe go back again with a beauty blender to take off any of the color. Okay, it's still bad. Okay, it's bad. Okay guys, I'm finally back to show you the final result, and let's run through this makeup hacks real quick. And I'm gonna tell you which hacks I kind of like and some of the hacks that I will probably skip. And I'm pretty much sure that you know which of those hacks are quite good and which are not really good. Okay, so the first one is Hailey Bieber foundation, the one that you mix in with some lotion or maybe a little bit of moisturizer. It's quite a liquid, and then you put this on as a foundation. Honestly, I can't complain. My foundation does look good. It does look really nice and smooth. And then the second makeup pack with a foundation, when you just like tap it on top and then use a beauty blender as well, no complaints. Both of these hacks are approved. They're really good and I really like them. Then let's move to the third hack with the Vaseline underneath my eyes. Honestly, it does really look good, but underneath this powder and purple and a lot of more powder on top, it's really hard to say if this Vaseline helped to prevent any creasing, prevent any fine lines. Honestly, there's still a lot of fine lines, a lot of, you know, just like you can tell that they're still there, but I can't say that my concealer is sitting in this fine lines. So it's really hard to say if this makeup routine is really good, but I haven't noticed a huge difference if I use my regular concealer with no Vaseline underneath. Still, it looks pretty much the same. And I guess powder did the magic and it locked all of this wet formulous products underneath. So I don't really think it's a great hack to use. Okay, contour hack. Honestly, it is nice because it does really give a little bit different shape of the face, but I will not do the poke-in with a contour, I guess, in the future. I really love how my contour and my bronzer sits in this area, so when it's a little bit higher and I'm lifting the face up. So it's not really bad hack, but honestly, I prefer my routine a little bit more with lifting and sculpting. Okay, purple blush. Maybe you can't see how bad this is right now on camera, and I mentioned this earlier, due to lighting and the camera itself, you can't spot it, and it's probably not as crazy as it used to be, but do you remember how many times I had to use powder on top and set it with a fix and spray, then use more powder on top, wipe it off, and then just go on top with some eyeshadows? It's not a great technique for me, and I will not recommend it. I cannot spot my blush, so it's pointless to use any blush with the under eye area full of purple. Maybe you would tell that I needed to use real Huda Beauty setting powder for, like, you know, just, and it's not going to be that pigmented and bright, but according to some videos that I watched and some hacks, they had a lot of the powder and they had a lot of pigment underneath their eyes, and they used that all over the face, so they were completely purple. No, I will not recommend it. Do I like it? No. Do I hate it? Yes. Do I feel like it's bad? Yes, it's bad. That is a huge no for me. Thank you, but no. We're gonna live it in 2024. Interesting hack that I tried today out was with the powder underneath. When you do bacon, then you use your mist or just fix and spray, and you live it like that. You do not wipe off any powders. You're just like locking them with a fix and spray, wetting the powder. And it does give this satin finish. It does give a lot of brightness because you lock the powder. But honestly, I'm not a huge fan of a harsh line, harsh contour. The one that was really popular in 2016, maybe, I guess. I love when you can see the lift. I love when it's pretty and lifted, but I don't really love when it's a straight line. And it's nice. This is nice. But I can't say I'm going to implement this in my routine. I'm still wearing this makeup look, and I've started noticing that I have some small balls, if you can call them, of powder here and over this part. So I will not recommend this makeup hack when you lift some powder on. Do not wipe it off and then spritz it with a fix and spray, because eventually it's going to turn out into small balls, and it is not looking flattering. So yeah, another hack that completely flopped. Blush shape. It is a nice tutorial. It's nice hack how to use your blush, and like when you can create this with the help of your fingers, like different shape, 2 fingers. But honestly, it is a little bit rough when you take off your fingers and you can see that there's a harsh line sometimes, and you still need to blend this out with the same brush and some leftovers. That's why you should probably do this once or twice, then you can figure out where to stop, and then just you know how to work with that. As a beginner, maybe this is a great hack for you guys. If you have no idea where to place your blush, this is great. For someone who is doing makeup regularly and who knows the shape, who knows how to place the blush, and you have your favorite spots, well, I guess it's pointless and useless in my opinion, because you still know how to work with the blush when you're skillful enough. And that is pretty much it, I guess, for today. I mean, I did off camera this really soft, smoky eye makeup look. I try to work with a lot of different colors like browns and pink to drag attention off the powder, purple basically. And yeah. No, not a huge fan. So if you ask me, I'm glad that I've done this video, because I know that we're going to live in those hacks in 2024 and not bring them in 2025. Ranking the hacks is weird because I don't really think any of these hacks stand out for me, and I will probably still do my regular routine, the one that I do every single time, the one that I picked from Painted by Spencer and Patrick Ta. And honestly, not a huge fan of any of these hacks. Maybe only Hailey Bieber and a little bit of lotion, and that is pretty much it. So let me know in the comments, what do you think, guys? Will you give it a try? What do you think? Do you like the final result? I don't know. No, I don't. I know, I don't really like it. And happy 2025. And I'll see you in my next one, guys. Next week. Bye-bye.